morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. And we begin with a Florida teenager giving Google a welcome run for its money. 16-year-old Sophie Arake-Liu of Stuart won this year's Doodle for Google contest, a nationwide competition for K-12 students to come up with their own versions of Google's logo. The theme was, I care for myself by ... And Sophie's winning design replaced one of the O's in the middle with an image of her hugging her mom. The high school senior says her take on the theme is that we're never alone. It's amazing to know you have people supporting you, she told reporters, and you don't need to try to do everything on your own. It was Sophie's third year trying for the win. She gets a $30,000 scholarship, and her artwork showcased on Google's homepage yesterday and on Chrome the rest of August. Overnight, NASA was expected to roll out its 322-foot moon rocket for all to see. The long, slow process began at 9 p.m. Eastern, and, barring any issues, Artemis 1 should now be in position on its Cape Canaveral launch pad. Currently, blastoff for the 42-day mannequin-led mission is scheduled for August 29th. In addition to its crew of space dummies, the Orion capsule will also carry toys, Apollo 11 artifacts, and Alexa to see how that technology might be able to help future astronauts. Video of Artemis on the launch pad can be found on NASA's YouTube channel. We've put a link on our resource page. Are you back to school yet? Do you have a teacher at the head of the classroom? Consider yourself lucky. According to the National Education Association, and as reported by Politico, schools across the U.S. are facing a shortage of 300,000 teachers and staff for the upcoming school year. The extent of the problem varies from state to state, as do the solutions. Florida is reportedly issuing temporary teaching certificates to veterans. Arizona is no longer requiring bachelor's degrees. One South Carolina county is offering $10,000 signing bonuses, and in rural Texas, some districts are shortening the school week to just 4 days. The reasons are many, but two of the biggest: fewer people are choosing teaching as a career, and the pandemic sent many of those who did into early retirement. It was probably just a matter of time. Yesterday, the White House announced that First Lady Jill Biden tested positive for COVID. The news came just days after President Biden recovered from his second bout with the virus. Both are double vaxxed and double boosted, and Dr. Biden, like her husband, has only mild symptoms. The couple was on their last day of a vacation in South Carolina. The president still made the trip to the White House yesterday to sign a bill, but will mask up indoors for the next 10 days. The First Lady is expected to stay in South Carolina until testing negative. All that teamwork training clearly paid off for a group of high school athletes in Rome, Georgia. 5 football players were carpooling to school last Friday when a nasty car accident unfolded right in front of them. A woman in the wrecked car was trapped and calling for help, and 16-year-old Trayvon Adams didn't miss a beat. He pulled over and with his teammates ran a life-saving play. While a math teacher dialed 911, the boys dashed to the smoking wreckage and began prying open the crumpled driver's side door. Another student joined the rescue mission, and together they were able to wrench the door ajar just enough to pull the woman through. The proud teacher who witnessed the action posted, "The Rome High School football players really showed up today. Thank you for being examples our community can be proud of." Police don't monkey around with 911 calls, even when they come in from a zoo. Because no one was on the line and because no one picked up when the dispatchers called back, officers from the sheriff's department in Paso Robles, California, had to eyeball the situation for themselves. On scene, all of the Zoo to You staffers said it wasn't me. The culprit? A little capuchin monkey by the name of Root. Officers believe she picked up a cell phone in one of the golf carts used to zip around the 40-acre habitat. Capuchin monkeys are native to Central and South America, very inquisitive, and will grab anything and everything and just start pushing buttons. She did, and somehow hit the right combo for 911. The sheriff's department laughed it off on a Facebook post as monkey see, monkey do. That's it for Kid News this morning. Now today's Kid News quiz. A creative 16-year-old from Florida won what competition? The annual Doodle for Google contest. According to the National Education Association, how many teachers and staff is the U.S. short this year? 300,000. Teammates from what sport saved a car accident victim in Georgia? Football. What type of monkey reportedly dialed 911 from a California zoo? A capuchin. In today's Kid News Kicker, it seems to be the summer for luscious lobster colors. After two rare carrot-colored crustaceans surfaced in the south, a bright blue beauty came up from the deep in the waters off of Maine. Father-son fishing duo Mark and Luke Rand said they've been out this a long time but have never seen anything like what they just caught in Casco Bay. Blue lobsters aren't as rare as orange ones, but they're still only 1 in 2 million. Like the other lucky lobsters, this one will get a reprieve, living life in a tank at the family's Portland restaurant. Before we go, it's time to shout out a few of our favorite teachers, including Mrs. Adams and her bulldogs at Thomas Gregg Neighborhood School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Loretta, a.k.a. Mom, and her favorite mischiefs at the Adventure Homeschool in Vass, North Carolina. And to California for Mrs. Mercado and her bears at Belvedere Elementary in Highland, and Ms. Saldua and her Park Lane scholars at Park Lane Elementary in Stockton. Thanks for listening. Please rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.